So over 10 trades, we ended up with a difference of nearly $50, which is 1% of a 5K account. Hey, what is up, you guys? Today we're going to be comparing two prop firms with each other, FundedNext and 5%ers. And this one is absolutely shocking, guys. This will absolutely shock you. It shocked me to see what the results were from this test. On PropFirmMatch, you can see the spreads live, but what it doesn't account for is the slippage. Like, there's one thing that's the spreads that's shown on MetaTrader 5, but when you actually execute, there could be actually other things that make the trading conditions worse or better. So I thought about this long and hard, how to make this the most fair way possible to compare them. And it was by way of this EA that executes the trades on the exact same time. So the exact same time to the second, the orders will get put in as a market order. And from that point, there will be a 50 or 100 pip stop loss or whatever I put in, and it will be the exact same thing for all the prop firms. And this way, it would be the most fair way possible is for all the trades to be executed, for example, at 3 p.m. and all of them will have the same stop loss in place from the point of entry. Now, I did make some mistakes. I originally had planned to do it over multiple prop firms at the same time. I ran into some issues with managing that many accounts at the same time. There was, for example, one server where the time was different than all the other servers, so then it didn't put in a trade, and then on one account it put in 2 trades instead of 1. So I had to deal with some issues, and I burned through some of these accounts due to it. And remember, I had to pay for all these challenges with my own money, guys. So anyways, I thought it would be better if I just compare 2 firms with each other at a time. So that's why we're comparing FundedNext with 5%ers, because these two are on the top of trading conditions all the time. So this was the first 2 accounts that I tried, and I put in a trade with Euro USD, for example. There was a very small difference, like a $1 difference constantly in favor of the 5%ers. So you can see here it's pretty similar, but it seems overall 5%ers was a little bit better, which was interesting because they both have a 0 pip spread on PropFirmMatch. So yeah, according to PropFirmMatch, there shouldn't really be any difference because it's a 0.0 pip spread. But remember, I compared many different prop firms and there were some differences. So there's definitely differences with artificial slippage or whatnot. But then I was really thinking, like, is this even worth it to be looking at like 50 cent, $1 differences? But then I tried gold and it completely shocked me, guys. So with this EA, I put the exact same times, put the exact same pip stop loss and take profit levels, and here you can see them being executed on both accounts at the same time, and the difference is pretty insane. So you can see that the 5%ers had a massive advantage, while on PropFirmMatch they're actually exactly the same, which we'll see in a little bit. They both have a 0.3 pip spread, but somehow the 5%ers is just much better. So it makes me question why this is. So that is why I wanted to do a more comprehensive test with these 2 trading gold only. And so I bought another 2 fresh accounts, both of them, you know, costing me money again. So hey, give this video a like for the efforts. But hey, then we really tested this out. So we did 10 trades with gold only, and you can see on the EA that the times were exactly the same stop loss, the same take profit amount of pips. So everything is aligned, and as you guys can see, to the surprise, it immediately already showed a difference of $2 on the first trade. I will speed up all the trades, but I did record all of the trades, and you can pause the screen at any time and see that the exact same things are applied with the EA. There were no differences, the exact same times of execution, the exact same times of pips, and I'll show you guys also the logs at the end. But these results will shock you, right? Because the difference is going to be pretty massive according to this small size account. I mean, it's a pretty big difference. You're going to be pretty shocked. So we're not counting anymore the dollars, the little cent differences. These are going to be pretty huge differences, so you're going to be pretty shocked by the end of this. But as you guys can see, trade by trade, the 5%ers is constantly gaining more in account balance, even though these are like losing trades. These are whatever trades. I just put in a buy wherever, like a couple minutes later, I put in another buy, a sell, and whatever. So these are just randomly executed trades. It's not about the trades. It's about, you know, the differences that are gained or lost. And just look at the difference right now already between the 2 accounts. There's a $30 difference already, and it's only going to get worse. But yeah, this is quite shocking, right, guys? With every single trade, we see the difference between the 2 accounts grow and grow and grow. Now, this was pretty shocking to me, but I wanted to see what this says, how bad it could really get. And I couldn't do any more trades because otherwise the daily loss limit would have been hit. But so over 10 trades, we ended up with a difference of nearly $50, which is 1% of a 5K account. So here we can see them exactly side by side. We have 5%ers on the left, FundedNext on the right. You can see with the first trade, there was a $2.40 difference already. The second trade, surprisingly, exactly the same. The third trade was a $39 loss compared to a $46 loss. So that was a major difference. Here we see a $1 difference, another $1 difference. And this was a pretty massive one. Look at this one. It's a $10.20 difference. That is insane. Here, actually, the 5%ers was a little bit worse. So we see a $2 difference there. Pretty much the same on this trade. But then the last two losses were pretty big. So a $7 difference over here and an $8 difference on the last one. And if we compare literally the accounts to each other, it's almost a $50 difference, guys. And that is absolutely insane. That means that there was 1% difference between these two accounts. So think about that. What if this was a 100K, 200K account and there was a 1% difference? That's like a $1,000 or $2,000 difference in just 10 trades, guys. These were only 10 trades that I did today. And I'll show you guys the times as well so that there's no confusion on it. These were exactly the same times as on the 5%ers right over here. You can see all these trade executions over here on the 5-minute as well. And you can see that they all got executed, and this is pretty insane. 1% difference. I did not expect such a big difference in just 10 trades. I mean, these are just 5K accounts, right? But for example, on the 5%ers, I only have $150 that I need to make to get back to the starting balance. But with this, I almost gotta make back $200 now to get back to the starting balance, which is pretty crazy, guys. It's a lot more. So these results are pretty shocking, guys. Like, is there anything else you guys want me to compare with these two prop firms? And let me know which other two firms you would like for me to compare next, because this is quite fun to do. I did blow a little bit more money than I should. This is the second time that I was comparing these firms because I made some mistakes. I put in wrong times and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, this was the perfect desk that I wanted to do. This is the best way because you're executing on time and not on limit orders, because prices could be different between firms, but this is really, I think, the best way to compare firms with each other. And man, again, these results are just shocking. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please like the video because I did spend hundreds of dollars just to make this video really good for you guys. So I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.